Welcome back, guys. Mac Dad Games, episode 24. Medieval Dynasty coming right back at you, guys. Coming right back at you. So, life's been a little busy lately between work and baby and just life in general. So, do apologize, for the 100th time. Jumping back and forth between, uploads, every few days to once a week. I'm definitely trying to maintain at least the once a week time frame here. And I'm also going to definitely try and honestly make the videos a little bit longer. I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm not able to upload them as frequently, I might as well give you a good, 40-minute video at least. So I should have the time here today to actually make that happen. So that's what's going to be my goal here for you guys today. So let's pull up the management tab. We have no fertilizer. That's definitely a big issue. I have a ghost house that I haven't built yet, huh? Interesting. And we're running out of axes for our woodshed, guys. We have a few things to clean up here. What's the other one I'm missing here? Farming. No resources. Right, yeah, they don't have fertilizer. So let me see. Did I leave some on me? Wow, I left a ton on me. That's not helpful. Alright, let's run up there real quick. I think one thing that would behoove of us to get done... These don't need to be harvested, right? No, not yet. Thought so. Already got all my flax. I made a ton of money last episode, which is good. I think we're only on the first day still here, but it's the end of the day. It's the end of the day. So let's take all of that manure that I ended up buying. I don't know what I'm doing over at the threshing floor. And let's make ourselves some fertilizer here, which is going to give me 136. I think I already saw I have like 200 something fertilizer on me as well. So perfect. Then we should have a pretty good chunk fertilizer toss in here. I doubt they're going to get anything done today because it's a little late. 400. That's perfect. Bunch of flaxseed. Got some more linen thread, some onion seed, got some planks on me, got some stone. So these are all the other things that I ended up buying, I believe, last episode as well. I have that one majestic tree seedling. I just wanted to see what this thing even looks like, but I want to be somewhat, purposeful with where I'm going to even put it. Obviously, I can always take it down and buy more of them for sure, but it sounds like you can only get one of those a season, basically. So, I got 5 wooden hoes on me. Is that number correct? There we go. Yeah, let's throw those in there real quick. I think what I am going to have to do, luckily right now I actually have a couple of these bronze pickaxes. I might as well put them to work. And I think I have to spend, I think, to utilize the time and the daylight here, I want to ram through, because it's already, what, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the game. I think it'll behoove of me to run in and clean out that mine real quick. Let me also see if I can harvest any of my hops. If I was able to, I bet you they already did it. Yeah, they might have already taken care of that for me. This is the other ghost house that I never built. I don't think my resource storage stretches this far. So I'm going to leave that alone. Because I think while it's a ghost house, you don't pay taxes on it. Yeah, we're not paying taxes because there's nothing built. But as soon as you even, I think, build the foundation, you start paying taxes. And speak of the devil, I owe taxes. Yeah, I'm $2,300 in debt. I keep forgetting about that. Really don't want to push the envelope with that. I don't think I've ever actually gone, too long being in debt, truthfully. But I definitely don't want to go any further than I should. Alright, we definitely need to get some axes built up here real quick. I don't think I have any actual tools. I do have a couple bronze bars. Let me see. How many axes can I make? I don't have any ore either, do I? Yeah, no ore. No, not weapons. Can I make? I can make 2 of them. Okay. And no copper. Alright, let's definitely do the 2 bronze axes. Perfect. Alright. 2 bronze axes. Let me also make like 5 stone axes. That way they should be good for at least a while. I want to get into the cave here. I'm going to spend a bit of the night. It shouldn't take me all night. With the bronze pickaxes, I should be able to get that cleaned out pretty quickly. Let's throw those in there. My stone axes go. Throw those in there as well. Alright, everything looks pretty cleaned up right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna definitely fast forward for this one, guys. I am going to jump into the cave. We haven't done this in a while. I think it's been like, God, I can't remember when the last time I did this was. And I can't wait until, oh God, I so freaking, oh, we are so close. Freaking building technology 4902, we're right there. Let me see something real quick. 4902, building technology, building structures. Man, now I kind of want to go build that house. Let's do that this episode. I'm going to clean this out real quick. So, I'll be right back, guys. This is going to take a minute, but I'm going to empty out this entire mine. Everything but the salt. I'm not going to waste my time on the salt right now. But I definitely want to clean out this mine. This will be helpful. This will probably help level up a few things and maybe even unlock some stuff in the production tab. But it gets real dark in here too, so you're not going to even see much. So, we'll be back real quick. Here we go, guys. So I promise, I just cleaned out the mine. I ran right back up here to sleep real quick. That way we were not running around in the dark. That's not fun. I don't have any night vision potions quite yet. Once I make some of those, I'll probably play a little bit more at night, but it's just really annoying as a viewer to kind of watch and not be able to really see what's going on, because hell, I can barely even see what's going on without the night vision. But I cleaned out everything except for the salt in there, because obviously it's not that important. I did get the last miner's trance here. I will do this one as well. I should actually start doing that one so I don't cheat the entire playthrough with my infinity weight carry on. I've been doing that the entire time. I didn't plan on it, guys. I know. I'm a cheater. But hey, play how you want to play. So 104 copper ore, 276 stone, and 65 tin ore. Not a bad yield. I'll take that. So doing all of this preparation right here, or crafting, whatever you want to call it, should level me up in some technology. Maybe. We'll see. And then I'm going to go build that ghost house up on the farm there, because I already kind of had that laid out. Although, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really trying to think. I might go on a rampage and start. I might want to build a bunch of little houses right now, because I bet you, I mean, especially now with this yield from the stone, I mean, 276 stone or whatever it was is a pretty good amount. Whew. Let me see. Let's take a look at our resources. Let me grab a drink of water, because obviously at this point I only want to build. I know, buddy. We're fixing that. There you go. I really only want to be building stone houses, right? That's not going back at this point. Let me also throw some things in the food storage before I forget. I might eat a little something here to get all that in there, and then we got some dried meat. Actually, yeah, that's already almost gone bad, but we still got tons of dry meat. So let's grab some of that. Doop. Perfect. All right. Now let's take a peek. Let's take inventory here and see what's going on. All right. So, make our way down. 275 logs. That is a pretty good chunk of logs. I like seeing that. Good amount of planks. It's also very good just to have planks right in there. And almost 600 stone. That's really good. This is really good. This is essentially what I was hoping for. So, and I think I'm still quite a ways away from level 3. Yeah, barely halfway there. Alright, if I build one house, though, we should be in a good spot. Here's what I'm thinking. I don't hate this house. And I know I've already talked about really trying to keep a lot of this open, which I'm still going to do for sure. However, I really want to try and finagle something here because, like I said, I want it to be realistic, and I want there to be houses close to the people's jobs. And I would like to build this mine this episode, ideally. And I'd even love to bring some people in to start working in said mine this episode. So I think an easy cheat, an easy go-to, is putting a house right here. I don't love the idea of the house right here because it's kind of a small piece of land. I'm a big component of like adding in like little parks, if that makes sense. Like little areas that just kind of don't make total sense for a house and like a property to be. I mean, if I put this down right here, I mean, even if I, again, you can't even get that close to the rock wall. So it's like if I plopped it like right here, it's like so close to the road, a little bit of side land, but it's like, it's just a little awkward, and it's like, yeah, that's great, he'll be right there. But I don't know, because I might even want to put another building over here. Like, I didn't even build the workshop yet either. Although it might behoove of me to maybe plop that in here. I don't even actually, now that I'm looking back at it though, I don't even know if I hate the idea of like the tavern going right here. That's what I mean. There's just so many ideas and like, God, like where you could put things. I know I've already kind of laid out the primarily idea of putting the tavern over here, which I still really do like, and I really am leaning towards, because you'll see it, like the build out of the tavern, it's gonna actually look pretty sweet. I think I might just do that, and I might line up this area with some houses. I might even plop, like I might just do the workshop in this area, and then I might even have a couple more houses branching off of this main kind of strip here too. I don't know. Let's just see. I think first and foremost, the easy spot is going to be right here, for sure. I think I could comfortably get probably 2 or 3. So you might watch some people play this game, or even you yourself playing the game. You might like to kind of really throw a bunch of houses next to each other. That's not my ideal go-to. I like having houses spread out quite a bit. I'm originally from the New England area, and up there I was used to houses having like literal yards, right on top of each other. And again, I try to consider, a lot of like how it was back in the medieval era. There wasn't these, I don't think they were building these suburbs with houses right on top of each other. It just didn't make, I don't think that made a lot of sense. I don't think that's what they were doing. Again, part of being up in New England, there was an old village that we would go to like for, a field trip or whatever. Look at that. I don't even know how I just unlocked that. I don't know. Is it because there's some people in the background doing some building stuff? I have no idea, honestly. Let me go back here real quick. It said by extracting activities. Okay, I missed that part. So me doing the mining overnight, and then my guys doing the wood chopping and excavating unlocked that for me. How beautiful. But nonetheless, when I was going on my little rant here for you, is even going into old-timey villages on field trips back in the day, like, I never saw houses built on top of each other like suburbs now are in the modern era. So it's like in this medieval game, I'm obviously trying to mimic, I think, how it would be in that era. So it's like, even these houses, in all honesty, in my mind, are somewhat too close to each other still. But it's doable, and I think it still makes sense. It's not awful. There's still enough room for, like, realistically each person on their property to have, like, a hen house, a little garden, like, all these things. Now, in other news, since I bring up garden in a reality here, obviously this location, on the beach, the soil is probably not ideal for gardening, to a degree, being a bunch of sand, obviously. But, again, not the end of the world, not a bad idea. But I think starting off with these houses in just like a perfect little setup, because these guys, if you think about it, they're going to come down this road, and then boom, that's their walk to work. And that's what I'm trying to, consider here. It's like, okay, how far are they really gonna have to go to work? So anyway, let's definitely get this bad boy built up though. The mine, I have been waiting for this. I love having a mine. It's gonna help what I just did not have to be done as often. Now, it still makes sense to go in there myself and obviously extract as many resources as I can, but having some people do it for you all the time is even better. Now, let's go through a quick little tour here. The cool thing about a mine is very instantaneously, like you just saw, it completely revamped this entire cave. So the cave system that was there before, which truthfully, I apologize, guys, I don't think I ever filmed me going through the whole system. So sorry for that. But I can tell you right now, and I promise you it's way different. Now when you go in here, it's completely laid out differently. There's actually torches on places. It looks just more developed. It looks like how a mine would look. Like they've actually structurally, built the place out so it doesn't collapse on top of you. They also put up these little arrows, so it could very easily be missed. But even the cave system before, you could get lost in fairly easily. Like the caves are not that big. The mine is a lot bigger though. They actually make it much bigger than what the cave system was before. So they do put these little arrows in that do direct you on the way out. So that way, like when you're coming around this turn right here, it's like, okay, which way do I got to go? Boom, I know I got to go this way. There's going to be a lot of those to really help, again, make sure you don't get lost while you run through. But the mines, oh man, they are huge. They could go on for a while, and that yield that I just received, of like the 276 stone, some odd, whatever, I honestly think I'm going to get double that now. If I were to come in here and clean out the whole mine myself, I'll probably get over 500 stone. I'll probably get over 100 plus copper, or like 200 copper, honestly, and over like 100 plus tin. And then the real moneymaker as well, honestly, not really, but iron. Now we finally have iron, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time in here. I'm going to follow these nice little arrows to really quickly just get ourselves back out. But I just want to show you guys that it's really cool, man. Once you unlock the mine, did I just take the wrong turn? Oh no, I did. Okay. Whew, wasn't even barely paying attention. But anyway, so now here's what I want to do. I'm going to get right back to building these houses. Also, this looks so much cooler, I think. I don't know. It does look a lot cooler. But alright, let's get rid of this guy because we're not building that house here. I might end up putting another extraction shed here as well. Maybe I'll put one like on this side, honestly, and then turn it into like a little park, and then have some like storage stuff set up, like a little bit easier things down the line, like this right here, a cart. If you go over to containers, put down like a chest, some barrels, all these little things. It just really adds to the realism, and like it makes it look lived in. But we'll definitely get into a lot more of the decorating down the line for sure, so you guys can really see what I do there. At some point, one of these episodes, I might try and prioritize actually going through and just doing some decorating on a lot of the houses and little areas. That way it's not as overwhelming towards the end of the game. But do it as you want. Do it when you want and as you want. So let's get these houses built up. Let's start with this guy. We've got tons of logs, tons of stone. I definitely love having the all stone on the back there. That way they got a nice view. Don't want them staring completely at their neighbors. So I'm just going to have it set up like this. So the windows on the front and the back. I think that looks nice. Get the planks up there. Luckily, we've got plenty of them right now. I really like that. Glad we can definitely get a couple houses built up here very easily. Perfect. Let's see. So go here. The hanging lantern. Perfect. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to go back through every house that I've built and actually start placing these lanterns. So I'm glad I saved some of those linen thread. This is honestly just such a easy start of a decoration that you can get into, is putting this lantern. And obviously at nighttime it's going to light up. So this is already going to add a lot of extra just nice decorative factor and lighting to your village very easily without much resources and much to it at all. Just plop those on every house and it will really make a big difference. So I will run back around real quick to every house that I have built and try and plop those on all of them. I might, you know what, now I'm going to leave this one closed up too. So I was thinking maybe I'd want to have the view of the tavern, but now I'm like, no one would actually want the view of the tavern. If people are there getting friggin' drunk and you're coming home across the street trying to sleep, it's going to be a I don't know, win-lose type of situation, living right across the street from a freaking tavern, that's for sure. But again, medieval era, I'm sure people aren't staying up super crazy late, being loud as all hell, but then again, who knows. So yeah, living right next to the tavern might not be the best scenario, but it also could be a great one. Go both directions. Alright, let's get that up there. Did I get it? Perfect. Let's check out a couple of these other houses and get those lanterns put up real quick. I'm not going to go run up to the farm area and do it all up there, but while I'm right here in front of all these houses, I might as well knock it out really quickly. Of course, I run outside of the radius of the storage shed, so that's going to put a hindrance to that. There we go. Alright, can't wait till that's level 3 again. I mean, at some point, though, really, I don't even know if the level 3 resource storage is going to reach this far, but it might behoove of me to put some type of resource storage in this area, just to kind of really help connect the entire place. That's always been a goal of mine, is I try to, you know, stagger the resource storages throughout the entire village, but definitely just kind of helps make a little bit more sense as to, all right, where are we going to put all, you know, just wherever you are, you have access to it essentially remotely. All right, anyway, oh yeah, there's another thing I was going to try and do, but I think it's because I was outside of the resource storage, I couldn't do it, or I didn't have the money for it. That might have been when I was my problem. Yeah, this little freaking gate right here. See if I can plop that right there. It's definitely not lined up as ideally as I wanted it to be. Then you can go right back in here. Close as I can. The fencing in this game is a little annoying. It's like, you'll see what I mean in a minute here. I'm trying to get as close as I can, and now there's a huge gap right there. It's like, are you kidding me? So it's like, really just to try and put this thing in here, and honestly, it's probably going to behoove of me. Well, now, because actually, let me just see here. What I'm going to do now. So, what you're going to have to do is basically delete one whole side of the fencing. And there's obviously way less right here than there is right there. So, what I'm going to do then is actually come over here. No, not that one. Sorry. I'm going to try and line this up as best I can. Right there. So, now it looks good. It's right here. And then, realistically, delete this whole little row, because also conveniently there's a bush right here, which is going to definitely help kind of hide the possible gap. But when you're starting fresh on like an edge right here, it's definitely a lot easier, and I'll come back over and show you, not make it look so choppy, and then you can really get it up a little bit closer here. So this looks a lot better, honestly. Like the post right there, again, I wish it would be a little bit more perfect. But then when you come back over here, this is a lot closer now too. So just a little trick for you guys, on a good way to try and get that all lined up. Perfect. I'll come back and fix all that stuff later. I don't think they're going to really go anywhere. I don't think I have anyone working in here yet either still. We'll get back to that soon. God, there's just so much to freaking do! Goodness gracious. Alright. I got distracted, obviously. But, I was trying to see where I should put another house. I mean, those two is a good start so far. Because, yeah, let me see. Yep, those are my two new ones. No one's living in there, right? I could definitely maybe bring in... Again, I like to look at it like this, though, too. I don't necessarily want the women of the village having to work in the mines. I mean, again, I just like medieval era. I think it makes more sense for the men to be doing that. But I'm not opposed, you know, it's modern day. If women want to be working in the mines, let them. So I'm thinking this isn't an awful spot for a house right here either. But then, realistically, this is going to be good for someone that works in the fishing hut. So, I gotta go back to the drawing board here. I want to have more houses closer to the mines. So, we have these ones all laid out. I already have an idea. I'm gonna probably have a food storage over here with the tavern. And even if I wasn't putting the tavern here, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could definitely have a couple more houses lined up right here. So, there's definitely something to consider. I think what I need to really do is get a couple other things laid out here as well. So we have, this is the main road, right? This is our entire main road. We have our resource storage, our food storage, our sewing hut. We got a fountain, our well. And what I'm hoping, what I'm thinking, the game plan here is to put the tavern right there. So for those who are watching this, I'm gonna open it up for discussion. Leave some comments down below, please, with your thoughts and options. Do you think it makes more sense to leave this location for the tavern, where, if you guys have seen how a tavern gets laid out, I don't think I can sadly even show you because it's locked, but basically one side of it, and the way that I would build it, is the entrance would be right here, and the entire right side of it basically lined up like how this is lined up. It's a very like horizontally shaped rectangular building, and the whole right side of it is all open, whereas the left side actually has some walls and maybe some windows where the actual worker would be, and like, you know, the storage and all the brewery type stuff is. But then on the right side, you have a couple tables and it's all wide open. So you'd have a view. And this would be the view. The entire view would be right here on the water. So that's my first thought. And if we didn't put the tavern here, I would definitely turn this into a couple more houses. I can easily, comfortably put at least 2 more houses lined up right here. It's cutting it a little close to that guy, but if I push them back a little bit, they'll at least have somewhat of a front yard and a side yard, and I'm comfortable with that. The other option, like I subtly mentioned earlier, and I don't hate either, and just for right now, I'm going to actually plop this down just to see. It would be right here. And again, luckily the field's a little different, of course. You can't rotate the field. The actual tavern, I'd be able to rotate. This idea I don't hate either, because you already have this big resource storage building. So the same idea, what I would do is I'd have the entrance right here on the front main road. And everything on the left would be kind of boxed in, similar to how the resource storage is, right? It'd be walls right there. But then all this open side would be wide open. So you would still have a view. And at that point, what I would do is, if this was the tavern, I would switch it up a little bit, and I'd actually move this house further down there. And then I would end up making this centrally located area, where this house is basically, that kind of nice beach area. So it opens up to still have that nice water view, but then you also have some view of the rest of the village, the mountainside, the cave. Like, this is just a more centrally located spot for the tavern, which is not a bad idea either. So we basically have either over here, right on the water, or we have right here, more centrally located, with maneuvering some things to still have a pretty good view. I need your thoughts. So field 14, over here, field 14, let's rename tavern. Perfect. All right. So hopefully some of you guys are watching. Leave your comments on what you think. I'll be very honest, now that I'm actually talking this through, I personally am leaning towards this route. I do actually kind of like that idea. Being a little more centrally located right off the main strip versus being down a little side street. I like that. And again, having it backed up to a lot of the other buildings and production things also makes sense. And there is a lot of unused property over here. A lot of unused real estate that actually would behoove of me to put a few houses, have a little road going that again connects a lot of this all together, because I am going to need a lot of people for the mine. So you could put, I think it's, let me show you guys here, 6 people in the mine, 6 whole people. So I mean, I'm going to need a good chunk of houses to make that happen. So I'm going to leave it up for discussion right now. It's not like I can even build the mine, honestly. But what I am going to definitely do is start putting at least a house over in this corner. There's not much else that's going to happen over here, honestly. I don't know what else to do with this spot, except for, I think, putting a house, really. I mean, what else would I do with this little corner spot? I mean, yeah, I can maybe put some type of, like, park area over here, too, but I don't think that makes sense. I don't really think that's necessary. So I don't mind the trees here. I'm going to kind of leave them off to the edge, but let's actually consider where we want to build this. So I'm going to take this pathway, I'm going to cut through a lot of the shrubs and go right alongside the tree line. And kind of just push it up right here. Now I think, depending on how this would fit, yeah, I don't really hate a house going right here. Kind of like the idea. I almost wonder if it would make sense to fit like a couple of them, but then it's like, again, kind of defeating my purpose earlier about like having property and land. I mean, I think I like the idea of him just kind of having his own place right here. Let's get this built up. Right kind of smacked on the edge, of course, my freaking resource storage. Alright, I don't hate this idea, truthfully. I really don't. I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't know if I want this to be like a dead end, or if I want to maybe build like another road kind of going down this way to possibly connect some things. And maybe leave like the beach area open. I might do something like that. Let's see, let's actually have this kind of come in. And then go right into the front entrance for them. So this looks pretty good. I don't actually hate this. I mean, I like this, because reality is he's got a nice side yard right here, and he's got a pretty great side/backyard right here as well. Like, you could definitely put a little garden back here, put some other stuff. It's got its own like nice little private area with literally a beach view as soon as he walks out the door. I mean, this is prime real estate right there. Honestly, if I didn't already have that beauty up there, I wouldn't hate this little spot, truthfully. But let me just see how this looks. I mean, I could definitely delete this afterwards. Did I not even place this? Gosh, I didn't freaking place it. But coming across right here, this honestly isn't a bad idea. Let's see. Hard to tell because I'm doing it like right in the sand area. And it's kind of going to cut into like maybe it would look a little bit better. I don't want it to be like this road is like cutting off of where like part of his front yard would be. And this is a pretty good size for like everything to be around the tavern, if this is where I would place it. So I do like having the road right there. Maybe I could just do something kind of like this and work my way up in there. Get rid of this right here. Kind of clean this up real quick. Perfect. Alright, so again, it's not like a perfect, layout, but it's a little more of a natural cut in. I actually do think I like this. A natural kind of curve around what could be a lot of other production type stuff in here. Another like maybe centralized park area, something like that. And now this opens up the idea a little tight though. So again, I might definitely redo this strip. Because like I said, if I do put the tavern here and I move this house, I might just honestly redo this whole road and actually make it a little bit more like straight up this way. That way I have more land to actually put a few more houses going down this area. And we'll kind of see. Coming a little nightimey though, so I think I'm going to get ready to go to sleep. I know this episode is already coming towards a lengthy bit here, so let me see. What time is it exactly? Almost 7 o'clock. I think I should go to sleep. Let me sleep real quick. Going into our last day of the summer. And then I'm going to actually just run around real quick and try and recruit at least 2 men that will do extraction to start working in the mines. And I'm going to put them in those 2 houses that I just built. So let's do that. Let's see if I can go to sleep. I hope it's not too early. Perfect. I think it's usually 7 p.m. technically in the game is when it will allow you to sleep. Before that, they're like, what the heck are you doing? There's still tons of work to be done. Alright. Perfect. Okay. Let me find... Where's my... Noble Steed? Where are you? Where are you? Better not be climbing up this mountain. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. Relax, relax, relax. Don't know why that's the route you would choose to come. But anyway. Alright. Oh, it's hot out. Great. I hate when it's so freaking hot out. I gotta get better cooling clothes. I have a pretty nice hat, though. I mean, that should be cooling you down, man. Just a hot day of summer. Alright, so to finish out this episode, I'm going to run over to Piastovia. Might as well pay my taxes real quick and just get that over with. And hopefully, make sure I'm going the right way. Hopefully, onward. Hopefully at least 2 people. Actually, I should have just jumped over to this road right here. Hopefully at least 2 guys in Piastovia have a level 3 extraction. That would be convenient. Otherwise, I will have to jump over to all the other villages until, of course, I find those guys. But I'm going to fast forward real quick. Meet you guys back in Piastovia. Right, we made it. I'm going to stop by these guys first. Perfect. My guy. The first one I talked to, the level 3 extraction. You are also a level 3 extraction. This was freaking beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, both of you guys conveniently are going to go in those brand new houses I built up for you. Also going to put you to work in the mine. There you go. Put you in the other empty house right there. And you're also going to go in the mine. Now, I'm going to jump over to the mine. Get them to work. So here we go. They can start grabbing a lot of stuff. Now, ideally, the main 2 I like them to do are these, or the main 3, sorry, I'd like them to go after is right here. Copper, tin, and iron ore. So, truthfully, later in the game, I'm probably going to switch them over just to pure iron, honestly. Because eventually I'm going to want to only use iron tools. Because right now, realistically, with 2 guys in there with level 3, again, you could have 6 people in here. So I'm only, what is that, a third of the way to where a lot of these production numbers could be at. But 40%, or let's just say 50 right now, right? 50% of their intensity is only going to bring in 8 ore a day. And it's 2 of them to make 1 iron bar. So that's 4 iron bars a day these guys are bringing in. Not crazy numbers. So it's not ideal right off the bat here. But now if we jump over to tin and even some copper, let's load this up. Let's try and get some even numbers here. So 7, pretty much almost 7. So that's not bad for right now. Although, truthfully, man, honestly, you know what? To heck with it. I think I'm going to have them go all out with iron, honestly, because we already have such a great thing going. I don't think I care too much to be making the bronze shears for my money making. As you guys saw in one of my early episodes, that's kind of like an early game money maker, because you can usually run into the mine yourself and mine all that stuff to make the bronze shears, blah 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 blah, and sell those. But now we're on to the flax and the simple coifs, and soon enough I'm honestly going to end up getting a market stall and putting someone on that, and probably start selling off a lot of my rye ore and some excess other materials that I can start producing quite a lot of. Because right now, having the 2 guys in the mine bringing in 8 iron bars a day is going to be a lot nicer to actually have. So, excuse me, I'm going to have them doing that. And obviously, they're going to level up too. Eventually, they'll be level 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're all going to start making so much more. They're going to be producing so much more efficiently just by leveling up. But I obviously plan on having that mine full with 6 people. So a third of the way there. I mean, we're at 16 ore right now, double that essentially, and then some. They'll be bringing in well over, probably close to 42 ore a day if I had 6 people right now, all level 3. So, not a bad spot to be. But alright, where is Milibor? Is he over here? Is he climbing on his wall? Yeah. I don't blame him. Honestly, this is a pretty sweet view, man. I wish we had something like this in my village. But they really have the prime village. Like, it actually is so annoying that this is the main village, because, like, this is a prime location to put our own freaking village, and I would have loved that. But I don't blame them. I mean, they are the OGs, and this is a freaking great plot of land. Alright, I want to pay off my debt. Thank you. What? Who told you that? No one. Safest place there is, blah, blah, blah. Stupid tongue. Alright, there is a bandit problem, technically. But funny enough, I haven't seen much of it. There haven't been too many bandits, random bandit spawns this playthrough at all, guys. So I apologize. It's a little boring. And I actually let me see something here. Let me see something. Go over here, Smithy. I'm almost at Smithy level 3. How close are we? Oh, we're very close. So I'm very excited to get level 3 because then we'll actually unlock some iron things. So crafting items and cooking. Yeah, I'll definitely be crafting a lot of stuff with the bronze bars that I made here this episode. So I want to try and get that up. And I'm going to start making some iron things. And I'm going to make an iron sword. I'm not going to be able to make iron armor quite yet. I might try and get on that at some point just for fun. Because truthfully, if you know what you're doing, it's not crazy difficult to take out that major bandit camp at the north side of the map, the northeastern side, right by our village, right up the road from our village. I really want to tackle that camp sooner than later. It'll be very fun. It'll be very fun to do that, honestly. And I just want to make sure I'm geared up for it. The best advice I always give is go in there with plenty of arrows, good recurve bow, ideally iron arrows. If you can even get some of them poisoned first too, that'd be helpful. And then at least an iron sword, maybe even an iron shield, and a good set of armor. Honestly, if you go in there loaded up like that, you'll do just fine. But there are a lot of bandits in there. I'm actually really excited for the episode that we go and tackle that. It might take a full episode, truthfully. It does take a little while, not only to travel there. There's a pretty fun little way to get there, and not going to make any spoilers, but it is exciting. And then, yeah, just taking the whole thing out, trying to loot the whole camp. It'll take 20-30 minutes, at least. Probably, if not a little bit more, honestly. So it's a fun time. I'd love to get prepped on that and tackle that soon enough. Because so far, I'm pretty, honestly, excited to where my village is at right now. And I'm not opposed to, like, taking a good season or something to just kind of run around and maybe do some decorating and have some fun with some other quests and things like that. And just kind of, pull back a little and just let my villagers, add up some resources. So when it comes back to building time, we can really pick some stuff up. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. This was a good episode for you. I think this is closing in on 45-50 minutes at least. Episode 24, I believe. God, I'm going to get a freaking drink for this. This guy shuts up. But anyway, next episode, I'm going to try and think of a good game plan to prioritize our time and really what I want to jump into. But I think trying to unlock the level 3, smithy, getting some other, things kind of taken care of in that realm of stuff, and then really trying to finish a little bit of a layout of this building. So I really hope that I can get some feedback. So please, anyone who's watched this long or, was watching 15 minutes ago when I was talking about the tavern setup, I personally am leaning more towards this location, but please, in the comments, if you have any ideas, any opinions, let me know your thoughts, and let me know where you would put your tavern if you had this village. All right. Anyway, guys, MacDad Games, Medieval Dynasty, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.